Alright guys, so I'm out here in Cranbury Park in Norwalk, Connecticut. I'm going to be playing kind of a practice round in preparation for Saturday and kind of try out this whole filming thing. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is hole 1 on the course, about 400 feet. I get through the gap, and then it's wide open. There's OB on the left, so I'm probably just gonna play this one for par to see what we can do. Go with the start box. That's down there. First play of the day, always tricky, but we're done with that one. On to the next one. Okay, so hole 2 is kind of this tricky tunnel shot that finishes a little off to the right. I don't think you can see it, but there's a telephone pole dead center of the fairway, and that's kind of the one you have to miss. Let's see what we can do. That's down there, probably 55 feet for a putt. Pretty happy with that. So it's a little bit closer than I thought, just outside the circle. So this would be a nice one to get to start off. Oh. Ugly. So as you guys are gonna see out here, this course is like mostly wooded. There's only a few that are gonna be open, and you get to really throw a big drive, which all the trees out here really make it tough. But it's a really fun course, challenging. So I'm excited. Practicing for the tournament coming up on this Saturday. I think I got a pretty good chance. We're on to hole 3. As you can see, this is a really tight gap. The basket's off to the right. It's about 350 feet. I think the best play is a hyzer flip with either a mid or a fairway, so I'm going to go with my trusty Leopard 3. See how that works. And you can see there's the danger, hidden early, popping off to the right. And it's real bad over there, so we'll see if we can make it work. So that's bogey number 1 of the rounds. Like I said, it's a tough one, so I'm not beating myself up over that. So I played out here before and did one tournament in November, so I got to play 2 rounds, and I quickly learned, it was very clear, that the front 9 is way harder than the back. So we're coming up on hole 4, and as we're gonna see, I think it's easily the hardest hole in the course. Definitely the toughest gap to hit off the tee, and it is not forgiving at all. So the plan here is just walk away with a par. So here's hole 4. I don't think the camera's gonna do justice quite how tough this gap is to hit, honestly. You're definitely not gonna be able to see the basket. I could barely see the basket off the tee. This one can be real brutal. So I hit the gap pretty well. You got halfway down the fairway, hit a tree and kicked off to the right. So even though I had a pretty good tee shot, I'm still gonna really have to work for the par. So I made it pretty far down the fairway, but I still have a tricky upshot. It's gonna be a slight turnover. As you can see, the basket's on a pretty significant slope. So I'm gonna have to get a good upshot and a good putt to make my par. That is a really common 4 on hole 4. So going back to what I was saying before, there's a tournament this Saturday here. It's the Cranbury Park Ice Bowl. I'll be playing in the advanced division. It's a pretty small field. I think there's only like 13 people registered for it right now, which is why I feel like I have a pretty good chance. But this course really, really punishing. So I think that a winning score is just going to probably be a couple under par. That's why I'm probably going to be playing a lot of these holes for par, and then kind of take my birdies where I can get them. Because if you attack everything, you're definitely going to be punished. So hole 5 is a tiny one, 280 feet downhill. Really feels like one you have to get, but even still, you can see it's a really, really tight gap. And if you kick over to the right, it's tough to get out of there. I got a late kick, not perfect, but it's okay. Easy par. On to the next one. The front 9 continues with another really tough one. This is a really, really hard dog leg to the right. You kind of have to throw it on a roller angle to even get a chance to get it over there. But even then, there's a million trees in the way, and you kind of just hope you get lucky. And I did not get lucky. This is big time scramble mode here. Best I could do. Come on, get in there. Ooh. Pretty. Anyways, I just wanted to give some kind of background info why I decided to start filming this. I really enjoy watching YouTube videos about disc golf, and I think there's kind of a lack of content, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun. I'm going to be playing disc golf anyway, so I might as well film myself and talk to the camera. That I'm going to have to get used to a little bit. But I'm going to try to make videos, going to different courses, maybe doing like challenges like forehand only, putter only, things like that. Get some friends, get some pros. No, probably not. But yeah, it's kind of just fun to be out here, film myself, and see what happens with it. Next one here is I think it plays a par 4. Up the hill, and then back downhill. It's a little valley. If you get a good drive, the second shot is pretty easy. So this is one I do want to get. I'll have a look. So it's not a bad drive. Threw a second shot that went a little bit further and more left, which would have been more ideal. So what I'm left with is uphill turnover shot that's blind. So it's definitely not easy. Didn't turn it enough. Try another one. That was a little bit better. So there's another par on hole 7. Still looking for that birdie. Like I said earlier, the front 9 is way harder than the back. So if I could stay even here, do my scoring on the front, I won't be too bad. On to the next one. It's another dog leg right. I think the best play here is probably straight forehand, get the skip. I don't really have that shot, so I'm gonna go with turnover with this pretty cool Fury. See how close I can get. Evidently not very close. On to the signature hole. Like I said, this is definitely Cranbury Park's signature hole. You're gonna see it when we get down there, but basically the basket is on top of this pretty big boulder, so it makes the putt really, really interesting. This is a fun one. See if we can get a birdie to finish the front. It's gonna be tricky. So you can see it's a really, really tricky putt with a basket over there on the rock. So I'm not even gonna attempt it. I'm just gonna kind of lay up, take my par. Here we're at hole 10. This is another blind hole. You can't really see it, but hole slopes down towards the left. There's a lot of OB here. On the left there's a rock wall, and that's anything left that's going to be OB. I'm going to go with my trusty boss again. Shout out to my sister and my friends for picking me this one up. I'll throw another one. Tree, then tree. Not a bad recovery, but probably gonna take a bogey. layup just because I didn't want to risk the roll away. So I'll take my bogey and move on. One of the really nice things about Cranbury Park, it's beautiful out here, by the way. Perfect day to come out here and do this. But one of the cool things out here is there's a lot of people, and there's a dog park in the park. So there are tons and tons of dogs off their leashes, coming up to me, want a little pet. It just makes this golf even better. Gets to be out here, throw this, and gets to pet dogs. I might try to get a video of some of them, but you know, I'm already the weird guy out in the woods talking to his camera, so we'll see about that. So this one requires a real straight shot. It's kind of in between a mid-range and a fairway. I know I can get there with the mid-range, so I'm gonna really rip on this. Just try to get straight with a little fade at the end. Off of it. Yeah, that's pretty good on putting. So I'm actually quite a bit shorter than I thought I was. Faded out kind of early, so left me with this tricky circle 2 putt. So I'm actually a lot shorter than I thought I was. Kind of faded out early. And it left me with a circle 2 tricky putt into a headwind, so we'll see what happens. This next one is real short, but really, really hard. Fade to the left. So I'm just gonna take something super overstable and just kind of hope for a skip, get a putt. Shout out to my friends and sisters again. I'm gonna have to do an into bag. Looks pretty good, but you really have no idea until you get down there. So that was another par there. That one you kind of just, best case scenario, circle's edge, circle 2 putt. So kind of get a little lucky. But not really playing as well as I'd like. Maybe because I'm setting up the camera and everything, but I still got some time to get some nice scores, but we'll see what happens. So this is arguably the hardest hole in the course. I think it's 4, but this is probably my second hardest. There really is no chance to get the birdie unless you really, really pure the gap. So this is the one I'm definitely playing for 3. That'll par, no problem. So that was actually a lot trickier of an upshot than I thought it would be, but I made it work, so we're good. There we go. Easy par. So this one's pretty straightforward, just right out there. Pretty simple hyzer shot. The sign says 292, but I feel like it plays more like 315. But either way, this is one you feel like you have to get this one. Need a birdie here. That's gonna be a putt. So another one that was much shorter than I thought. The headwind really picked it up and knocked it down, so left us another circle too. Another three. So I'm gonna have a couple more holes out here. I've been thinking, I still need a name. I need some ideas. Help me out. Serious replies only. What are we gonna call this, guys? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. What's up there? The whole pack of them.
Found you.
Hello, hello. Hey, guys. Hey, buddy.
Finley.
As promised, puppies, guys. I was not expecting to see that big of a group, but I'm not gonna complain. All right, another straightforward one. Low ceiling, but dead straight. A little bit of trouble because the basket's kind of mounted, so it makes for a tricky putt. Oh, there's two left, but it's down there. Oh, just off the cage. Another straightforward one. Really not much to this, just gotta get the distance. That actually might be out of bounds. It's gonna be really, really close. So it definitely stayed in bounds, but another 40-footer. Can I hit one of these? That is the question. Stop. Ah. This one can be really punishing. If you kick right, you're screwed. If you kick left, you're screwed. So you just gotta put it right down the middle. Down the middle, but short. I'll take it. So that was an easy up and down for three, but I just want to quickly show you where my second shot landed. It's about 15 feet, so I think I'm going to try that on Saturday as my play. So I'm on my way to hole 18, last hole, and this is definitely a fun one. You get to finally unleash a full power shot. But before I get there, it's tradition in disc golf to give your card mates a little pound for good rounds. I'm not happy with how I played today, but I had fun, so it's a little pound. Let's finish off with a birdie. It's a pretty good headwind, so that just kind of stayed straight. Not really what I was looking for. So my drive is actually not that bad. I'm looking right at the basket. The green here is an island green, so there's OB all around. So it's kind of tricky. I'm just gonna try to throw a straight shot my zombie. See if we can get in the circle. Just outside, I think. Here I am, right on the edge of the circle. One last time. Can I put it in? I cannot put it in. So that will do it. Alright guys, so that is it for the day. That was a lot of fun, even with how I played. I really enjoyed filming myself. It's a lot of work, a lot more work than I thought it would be, but it was good. So thank you for watching. I appreciate anyone who watched the entirety of this video. I'm sure it's going to be long. But yeah, until next time.